Hi, and welcome to ScienceFlix. ScienceFlix uses interactive features and intuitive navigation, along with curriculum-driven leveled content in order to transform the way that learners can access science topics, acquire scientific knowledge, and build an ever-important interest in science, technology, and engineering. ScienceFlix is a web-based resource that can be accessed from the classroom, the library, and at home using any device that can access the internet, including most mobile devices and tablets. ScienceFlix features 6 main science categories with more than 50 content clusters or units across them. Each cluster contains a wealth of content on that particular topic, and aspects can be differentiated so that all learners will have the content available to them at their level. Today we're going to explore all the various features of a ScienceFlix cluster or unit to help ensure that you, your students, teachers, or patrons are getting the most of this amazing science resource. So upon logging in, you can see just how inviting the home page is and how the thumbnail images that were used just beg the user to click through and see everything that's contained within. There are 4 main tabs across the top, a search bar, as well as links for resources, about, and help. We'll be discussing all of these in detail a bit later. Let's now take a look at the default tab, which is the Browse All Topics tab. Here you can see the 6 main science categories listed across the top, and all of the content clusters or subtopics listed in each. I'm going to click on the Alternative Energy unit in the Physical Science category. Let's take a look at this unit and explore its many features. This is what the home page of every content cluster or unit will look like. You'll get a consistent navigation bar on the left-hand side that includes links for Watch It, Read It, Dive Deeper, Explore More, Related Websites, Science Lab, What Do You Think?, Show What You Know, and Careers. In the main part of the screen, you can see the thumbnails for the Watch It video, the Read It article, as well as the Dive Deeper section. This is yet another way to navigate directly to your content within a unit. There is also an essential open-ended question designed to get learners thinking critically right off the bat. Also notice the Set My Reading level at the top of the page. I had mentioned the ability to differentiate the content earlier, and this is one way to do so. At the beginning of each unit, a user can choose the level 1, 2, or 3 and have the corresponding content presented to them at that level. This will set the levels for the main Read It article, the Dive Deeper articles, and the related websites. Each unit in ScienceFlix follows a Watch It, Read It, Dive Deeper, Explore More methodology. Each Watch It video within ScienceFlix is approximately 2 to 2.5 minutes long, depending on the topic, and is designed to introduce students to the topic at hand, build some background knowledge, and introduce key vocabulary, as well as pique the interest of those who are more visual or auditory learners. Let's take a look at the Watch It video on alternative energy.
More than 80% of the world's energy comes from fossil fuels. But with each passing day, deposits of these non-renewable energy sources dwindle. Environmental concerns mount, even as sources become less reliable, and the prices we pay for fossil fuels becomes less predictable. These days, almost everyone agrees that time has come to give alternative energy sources another hard look. Scientists believe that the
Now we've taken a look at the video, let's take a look at the Read It article. Notice the Change My Reading Level buttons at the top of the article. When these buttons are present, the content can be changed to differentiate the complexity of the text so that all learners can use the same content only at an appropriate level. Level 1 will have a Lexile level from 600 to 800. Level 2 will range from 800 to 1000. And level 3 will be anything with a level over 1000. With the click of a link, the article can also be translated into Spanish. The Spanish article is written at the lowest level and is perfect for English language learners with Spanish as their native language. The Read It article in each content cluster, as well as all the articles in the Dive Deeper section, have the ability to change the reading levels. Another great feature in each article is the ReadAloud. To turn the ReadAloud feature on, simply click on the Turn ReadAloud On link, and then click on the sentence where you'd like the ReadAloud to start.
For much of the past century, humans have relied on fossil fuels for their energy demands.
Notice that it highlights the sentence and each word as it reads along. There's also a dictionary feature which helps learners with the vocabulary in context while reading any article. While reading, if you need the definition of a word, simply highlight that word and click on the Look Up a Word link at the top in the gray bar. Notice that the word is pre-populated in the dictionary and that the dictionary also features a ReadAloud tool of its own. Simply click on the speaker icon and the word and definition are read aloud.
Environmental. Adjective. Of, relating to, or associated with the environment.
The dictionary can also be opened at any time without highlighting a word for any vocabulary lookup. There are 5 dictionaries, one of which is English to Spanish and one of which is Spanish to English, and 2 thesauruses featured in ScienceFlix. The other links in the gray bar at the top of the articles allow you to email or print the article you are on. All articles are also cited at the bottom in all 3 styles. Each content cluster also features an in-depth image library. Getting various sources of information on a given topic is so important that this is a really useful feature. Notice that each image in the image library also features an in-depth caption. To exit the image library, click on the window icon at the top. Now that we've read the main article on alternative energy, let's take a look at the Dive Deeper section. ScienceFlix is organized in such a way that users get a very top-level look at the topic at hand, alternative energy, and then have the ability to dig deeper and deeper into that topic. The Dive Deeper section breaks the topic into 3 subtopics and provides 7 additional articles written at the 3 levels and in Spanish, as well as 2 pieces of multimedia which could be slideshows, videos, interactive timelines, etc. Let's take a look at this piece of multimedia, Energy Through the Ages, which happens to be an interactive timeline. Now let's move on to the Explore More section. This section contains additional articles broken out into the main topic and the Dive Deeper subtopics. These articles are written at just the 1 level, which you can see in the brackets next to the title. These articles do have the ReadAloud feature as well as the dictionary feature and email and print capabilities. The Lexile level is also listed at the top, and these articles are cited at the bottom. The Related Websites section provides safe, pre-vetted sites on any given topic. You can see that these sites are broken out into categories to make sorting and finding the right one easier. Notice the Change My Reading link at the top. These sites can also be changed to easy, medium, and more complex by selecting the level, as some of these science topics can be a bit challenging. Each content cluster or unit also features a science lab. All Science Lab sections have 4 projects, and most of them will feature an experiment. The projects can be anything from creating a slideshow or a graph to writing a letter or report. If an experiment is present, you will see a Do an Experiment link, as you can see here. These experiments are intended to be done offline and feature fun, easy-to-do experiments that use everyday items. Each experiment features a video, along with documentation explaining the objectives and the process behind it. This really fun experiment happens to be cooking with the sun, making a solar oven out of a pizza box. The What Do You Think section provides 3 open-ended questions or statements which can be used to start a discussion, introduce a topic, or be the beginning of a report or a project idea. The Show What You Know provides a 10-question quiz so that you can test your knowledge of all you've learned from each of these great topics. Because some of the science topics can be complex, we've given the source article of the information for each question. Also, whether the question is answered right or wrong will give you the immediate feedback as well as the explanation for the answer, which is so important to reinforce the information, especially information in the science world. Each content cluster in ScienceFlix also features at least one science career. If more than one career is featured for any topic, it will be listed under the More Careers section on the left-hand side, and you can see those by clicking on the arrow. A really nice feature of every career article is the Quick Fact Box. The Quick Fact Box will give the latest census information on the career at hand, including job outlook, growth, median pay, experience needed, and more. This is such great information for anyone interested in a career in science. Now, all of that great content is included in each content cluster or unit in ScienceFlix. Now that we've taken a look at everything contained within each unit, let's take a look at the other tabs at the top of the page. While I had mentioned that most units have an experiment in the science lab, we do have experiments that don't necessarily fit into a specific topic. And so by visiting the Experiments tab, you can see all of the experiments included within ScienceFlix. There's also a short introduction video on experiments, as well as a main article written at the 3 levels and in Spanish, lab documentation, and related websites that are safe and pre-vetted. And while all units have at least one career included within, we have a lot of career information that we wanted to make available, so by going to the Careers in Science tab, you'll get a short introduction video on the science careers, an article written at the 3 levels and in Spanish on what it takes to have a career in science, a list of all the careers that we feature in ScienceFlix, as well as related websites, again, that are safe and pre-vetted. The Science News tab is updated every 2 weeks with a brand new science story from the news, as well as 2 evergreen stories that are relevant at the time. Each main science story is accompanied by a study guide, which you can see here, and all news stories are posted in an archive for easy access at any time. As you can see, the archive is broken down by main category for easy searching. Now let's take a look at the Resources link at the top of the page. Here you'll see icons for lesson plans, quizzes, projects, videos, other media, and downloadables. Each unit in ScienceFlix features a comprehensive lesson plan that is accessed from this resource section. When you click on the icon, you'll see that they are listed with the thumbnail from the homepage, the main category, and topic. You can also filter the list by main category by selecting it from the drop-down box. When you click into a lesson plan, the next generation science standard that the unit is correlated to is listed right at the top. You can also jump to different sections of the lesson plan by clicking on any of the content links. This is also where you can see any of the state or national standards that this unit correlates to. Simply click on the Correlations link in the gray bar. The corresponding window that opens will automatically default to your account's geographical location. Mine is in Connecticut, which is the selection you see here. You can pick any state or national standard from the drop-down box and see exactly what strands this unit correlates to. There are also links in the gray bar that allow you to create a PDF of the lesson plan, email it, or print it. The quizzes are organized in the same way. When you click on a topic, ScienceFlix will generate a PDF of the Show What You Know quiz. The Projects section will give you a listing of all available projects in ScienceFlix and is sortable by the title, type of project, unit, and main category. This can also be filtered by main category using the drop-down box. The Videos link will give you a list of all of the available videos in ScienceFlix, and the Other Media link will give you a list of any other media or multimedia available. The Downloadables section is where you will find links to various downloadable resources, including MARC records for the library catalog, downloadable icons, letters, bookmarks, posters, and more. Now, ScienceFlix also has a robust search capability. By entering a keyword at any time in the search box, you can get a list of all the great content that applies. I'm going to search for the term energy. As you can see, the results are broken out by units and articles, websites, media, and any Spanish content that is available. The Lexile level of each piece of content is also given where applicable, and the results can be sorted using the Sort By drop-down box. The About link will give some basic information about ScienceFlix, and the Help link will open the Help section, which will explain most of the things that we went through today. We also offer quarterly ScienceFlix webinars that we call Universities, which feature a walkthrough of this great resource similar to the one you just saw today. You can visit scholastic.com/digital for the list of all available dates. So whether using ScienceFlix in the library, the classroom, or at home, ScienceFlix is a great resource to strengthen digital literacy, reading, science vocabulary, science knowledge, and so much more.